And gentlemen, how's everybody doing? We're going to call the meeting to order at 7:02 here. A couple things I'll just review. Now that we're kind of like on being recorded, we've had a few suggestions that perhaps we should, after we call the meeting to order, stand and pledge allegiance to the flag. So we're going to do that in a moment. That'll be something we'll do at every meeting. And in the future, and I don't think it's been a problem, when you want to speak, you'll raise your hand. I'll recognize you as the chairperson of the commission and say, okay, you please say what you want to say. We'll ask you to stand, state your name, and speak on a louder tone so that you can be heard on the tape recording. And that's all the changes that we foresee as of now with our little changes here with video recording. So with that said, why don't we all stand and pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so first item on the agenda is, let me also say that Commissioner Shaw will not be here tonight, so it's just us two. And Dennis, you've had time to review the minutes as well as myself. You have any issues with them?
Motion we accept as presented.
Okay, and I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next one, we do have a correspondence from Kathy Babcock that was thanking the police department. Thank you so much for your quick, efficient, and professional response to my recent 911 call on Thursday, May 18th. Did end up staying the night at the Elliott, but are feeling much better. Always proud and thankful for, I don't see the rest of it, but.
It's on the other page.
No other page.
Yeah.
But it was a compliment anyway, okay, so that's nice. Okay, and so that's, we did have that correspondence. So, Mr. Grange, how are you this evening?
Very good, how you doing?
Excellent, excellent. How are things going with the watch group?
Well, I think in the past we were saying how, we were happy where things were quiet, and I guess things aren't so quiet anymore.
They'll review that with us in a little bit there, yeah?
Right, and I guess there was also some incidents in Candy too, I've heard, by the wayside. One of the things I have noticed, that was it that email sister, the website, that Nexel or something like that?
It's Raids Online.
Yeah, Raids Online, that is still not bringing out anything that's occurring in Auburn.
We'll have that checked out.
Okay,
You
if
got
there's
that?
something that I can do to help, but I'm very happy
Yeah.
to do that too, so.
All right. You could help Lil if she has
Sure, if
trouble
she
doing
needs
it.
help, I'll be glad to help.
How about sending out a notice to all members of the neighborhood watch, letting them know that there's been a few incidents, and maybe we should be on a little more heightened alert or more attention given to suspicious vehicle. Maybe we've had low crime rate recently, and
Right.
maybe people are just getting a little complacent and says that's nothing to worry about. Maybe if we can get back to our old days when we first started, maybe you could get, who would send that out? Would that be Jim?
That'd be the group leader, all the group leaders.
All the group leaders. I think that would be a good suggestion from
Right.
my point, is to say,
we
hey,
actually
let's all
just
get back to square one. And, we went from 0 to 3 or whatever it might be. I don't know the final figures, but we'll hear that in a moment.
Yep, definitely.
All right, any other bits of information for us, Steve?
No, that's all I have for you this month.
Okay, fantastic. All right, Chief?
I want to thank Melissa and Lil and the members of the Auburn Police Department and Fire Department that made the old home days a success that it was.
And the Recreation Department.
Oh, and that's right.
Okay.
And
me.
Timothy. But it was a great turnout. Everybody had a good time, and we look forward to improving things in the future. But,
Yeah.
But a well done.
Heard a lot of nice comments from people that came up to me while I was at the ice cream stand, and they really appreciated it.
Well, especially Melissa and Lil. They worked very, very
Melissa.
hard.
No, Melissa. She does all the work. I just back her up when she needs it, so.
I tell you, she did an awesome
She
job.
did an awesome job.
Yeah.
A lot of work, lot of work.
I'll give you an update on personnel. Gary Vardas had surgery 2 weeks ago, so he'll probably be out for a couple of months. And Scott Rogers is gonna have surgery on his hip, so he may be out indefinitely. And Kevin Cashman may be back within a month or so. Which is bringing us up to discussing hiring Anita Lombardo. Are we gonna discuss that with you?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have you, Ray, you can do it on your side, on the report. Yeah, so you got Scotty and your boy.
Yeah, we got 3 people out.
3 people out, yeah.
So we could use her as soon as possible.
Yeah,
And other than that, we had an increase in burglaries, 2 in the Weathersfield complex on the same road, so we're looking into that. There was just jewelry taken, one of these smash and grab type things.
yep,
And then we had one on Palomino?
Yep.
Palomino, so.
yeah.
There's been a slight increase, or we're increasing our residential patrols during the day, and kids will be getting out of school this month, so there'll be somebody home anyway, but an increase is not what I want to see.
Now, you're saying, was that for the month of May, or is that since our last police commission meeting?
Since the last meeting.
Yeah,
Since our last meeting, yeah,
3?
3.
3, yeah.
nothing major, but
But,
still.
uh,
Well, one of them, the alarm went off, and the homeowner thought it was his father, so he called and canceled our response. His
Oh,
father wasn't home.
yeah.
So,
Mhm. And what
we're
about?
gonna go anyway, but we're not gonna go code 3, we're gonna take our time getting there if we receive the proper code.
What was the Candia mentioned that Steve alluded to a little earlier? Did Candia had a few break-ins
Yes.
as
All the
well?
weekend.
Yes, over the weekend.
Oh, the same time frame as, like, within the same week as ours, or
After hours.
after? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
We stepped up patrols on Wilson's Crossing too, because there have been residential complaints of speeding, and we're doing what we can.
yeah. Now, can we put, well, I'll ask that for Ray later. Anything else in your report, Ed?
No, it's good.
Okay, all right. Ray?
We'll save the vacancy thing for last, because there might be some talk on that. So
Yep.
the first thing was the MRI things for this month. I did 5 more of the recommendations, so our total done is 83 out of the 100. So we're getting pretty close. Probably, hopefully by September, October, I should have the majority of them done, or done all. So the ones, I think you guys got a list of those, I'm assuming?
I got them right here, I think.
Did you get it?
I didn't, sorry.
Did not.
No, we did not.
Well, I'll read them off and I'll give them to you. You can see,
Yeah.
first one was, they said we should consider implementing Explorers program with the Boy Scouts. We are the charter representative organization for the Boy Scouts now, for Troop 127, and we are active in helping them do merit badges and so forth like that. So we already have that going.
What, was that the same troop that was here selling soft drinks?
Yes, yep. So we are gonna make sure that we continue our relationship with them and
Yep.
continue to help them with merit badges and stuff. It said to enact a written policy for recruitment and selection. We redid our selectmen and recruiting program policy, and we can get you a copy of that for you guys to review if you'd like. But we just use Hooksense pretty much, and they're an accredited agency, so we went to that.
Mm-hmm.
Make a concerted effort to have the building painted, which we did in the hallway. We had the hallway painted, and we still have plans to finish the interior, the kitchen, and the other hallway, so that was easy. Recommended officers work on panic response protocol, requiring assistance alone in the booking area. We tested all the panic alarms on all the portables and all the cars, so those all are working. And we gave out key fobs to get into the building to the Candia Police Department, so if there's only one of our officers on, somebody else can get in the building without
Yeah.
having to force entry.
Well, mhm.
And all the other officers who live in town already have fobs and stuff to get in, so we
They can
said
get
that
in.
would be the backup plan to
Yep.
call someone in if you can't get in the building.
Candia could get in if they had to.
Exactly, right?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then, Palm should undertake a project with Rockham County to attempt to identify and resolve low radio signal quality when officers use their portables. The county has just modernized their antenna system. We have to bring all our portables to them and have them all reprogrammed to use the new antenna system, and that should resolve a lot of the problems
When's the timetable for that?
before the summer is over. So the next
Okay.
month, I think Chip's got to just bring the radios to them and they hook them up to a machine and do it.
Okay,
we still are planning to put a small repeater system in the police station, and there is a repeater, once we set up the 2 newer vehicles we're getting, all the patrol cars will have repeaters in the trunks.
Mhm.
So that should resolve 99%. There's still always gonna be those dead spots, like under the bridge there on Tower Hill.
Yep,
And there's a spot on Rattlesnake, it's just right at Rattlesnake in the bypass. For whatever reason, it's just,
Yeah.
those will always be,
always gonna have a few, but
always gonna have a few, but.
you eliminate as many as possible.
90% of the stuff, if you guys wanna read this over, feel free.
Okay, sure. Okay, so, you started with 100 recommendation.
Yeah, we're
And what are we down to now?
We're at 83 done, so we have.
83 done.
18 left.
Very good, very commendable.
So we're getting that.
Yeah, and not too much of an impact on our budget, I assume.
Nope, this was all done
Yeah.
just through the
So
staff here.
that's the nice thing, you implemented 83 changes with very little impact on our budget, so that's, I
Sure.
think that's awesome.
So far.
Yeah,
The next thing was, just to give you an update on the recording of meetings. You guys asked to see how many people viewed
Yeah.
it, and what they did, how that went.
yeah,
For last month's meeting, you guys are apparently pretty popular. There was 198 views.
Wow.
Which is pretty good for a small town, a town our size, that's pretty good.
yeah,
Now it might be because that's the first one and people thought.
Probably.
What do you think? So we checked out a couple other towns to kind of give us a couple reference points. And so we looked at Laconia and Portsmouth. Laconia, for the month of March, was their last one they had posted, had 6 views. 6, yep. And Portsmouth had 63.
yeah, Portsmouth, that's pretty good, a much bigger community than ours.
Yeah, now-
But, we'll have to see, I'm thinking that it's because it was our first time.
Probably our first one.
Let's see how it works out as we move more forward.
Yep, so.
Either that or people in Auburn gotta get a life.
Yeah, nothing to
watching
do.
us.
Maybe
Or else there's Dennis going on and
You guys are
repeated views.
you could do a little song and dance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can kind of get it over 200 maybe.
Yeah.
There were 2 overdoses last month. It's kind of actually stabilized to a regular occurrence. One was in Candia. Did we have that letter from Candia?
Was it Chester?
Oh, yes, we got a letter, I saw that, when I came and did the bills.
Yeah, I don't think we.
There was a letter from a Candia.
Fire chief?
Fire chief.
We had an
Oh
old
my
fatal
gosh.
overdose in Candia, just over the town line on Old Candia Road. And our officers were the first ones to respond there, and they attempted to use Narcan. They used 4 doses of Narcan.
Wow,
And, unfortunately, that didn't work out so well. But the Candia chief, the fire chief, thought that was the greatest thing going.
Was it a fail?
We actually had this, yeah.
Was it a fail?
Yeah. That at least we had the thing, could
Yeah,
try some kind of.
you had 4, and
something.
you had, how many officers from our,
2.
so you guys are carrying 2 Narcans apiece?
Right, we increased the 2.
Yeah, because it
And
would
the
usually be
doses
just
are
one.
up too.
And the doses are 4 milligrams,
Yeah.
instead of 2. But since
Prison
that,
had 5 today.
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, but since there was a big arrest in Manchester for a fentanyl
Yeah.
arrest, and these guys are really trying to do it, to cut the source, and that seems to be really pretty effective. Since then, there was 1 overdose here in town since that arrest, and 1 dose of Narcan brought the person immediately back, so it was just straight heroin.
Yeah.
So no.
You didn't need 3 or 4 doses.
Yeah, exactly right, so it was less strong. So we're gonna continue that program of keeping, Narcan available to the officers
Yeah.
and in the vehicles, and hopefully that.
So that they're being, each vehicle has 2
Each vehicle
canisters of
has
Narcan.
1, and the officers have 1.
Oh, so that makes it 2. Okay.
Uh, And here's a copy of that letter from the Canadian Fire Chief.
Thanks.
No worries.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just read this out, because this was a nice one from the fire chief in Candia. Good morning, Chief Picard. I want to thank you and your officers for the superior response, service, and cooperation last evening. Candia Rescue and Police responded to an overdose respiratory arrest at approximately 2,000 on Monday. We were assisted by a couple of officers from Auburn, prepared and equipped with Narcan. It is wonderful to see the cooperation between the towns and very reassuring to know that Auburn has our back. Please thank your guys for me. Looking forward to working together in the future. Kind regards, John Dwight, Candia Fire Department. So that's a nice, nice cooperation. I was gonna ask you, Ray, the radar trailer, can we put it up and just shows the speed and?
We can, but it lasts like a day. The batteries aren't really holding a charge.
You know
We
what?
can do it, but it's
Yeah.
kind of, it's more work bringing it out.
bring it out, this and that, and
The
you're
couple
really not
hours.
gonna get any info from it now.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
There were several burglaries, we guys already talked about a couple of burglaries last month, they're under investigation. We are gonna work with the neighborhood watch people to kind of get them a little bit more involved with that, and we will check on the raids online thing, because that's pretty good, because people see when a crime occurred near their house, and it might make them think that
Yeah.
something, they saw something. So we'll get on that.
And Steve, you think you can get going and help us out in getting
Absolutely.
a broad message out to all the members? Say, we're having a little upswing and uptick in the burglaries, and to be a little more vigilant, like we were a few years ago.
Definitely, I just mentioned that I'm gonna draft something up. And let
Okay.
them- I want them to take a look at it, make sure that nothing's given
All
up
right.
about burglaries that we don't.
You think you could do that within a week,
Oh, sure.
Oh,
perhaps?
definitely.
Okay, that would be awesome.
Day or so.
Thank you. Okay,
The
Right.
school, we had our lead program, which is our DARE program, kind of updated, finished out on Friday, so that was good with fifth graders, they were all excited about the thing, and that went pretty well. It was Officer Bully taught that again, so he's already getting ready for next
you
year.
had like 80 graduates or something?
Yep, and it went very, very well, was well received by the school staff. All that was good. The chief did touch on the fact, the school's gonna be out for the summer pretty soon, so we'll have to keep our eye out residentially for kids not to get run over, but that actually sometimes helps us for the burglaries,
Yeah.
because there's more people around, so we'll see how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing was, we have a patrol vacancy starting in July. We were authorized a new position for July. We advertised for that vacancy in May, and Officer Lombardo applied as a part-time officer to become a full-time police officer. She's, very qualified. She
Yep.
already has all her equipment, all her training. It's kind of a plus for the town. We don't have to spend time to send someone to the police academy or to do their FTO training, because she's already trained.
Yes,
The chief met with her and talked it over, and he was all supportive of the move. And we had some discussion, because we have 3 people, 1 full-timer, 2 part-timers out injured. We would like her to start on June 11th instead of July 1st.
Yep.
We have the funds for it, because we're not paying one of the full-time positions currently.
Sure thing.
So we're thinking it would help us to get another officer out
Mm-hmm.
on the road, sooner, and we have the funds available for it, so that's what we're looking for.
do you have the payroll information if we were to decide this evening to hire?
Apparently, it's right here.
You got it right? My goodness, how about that? Unreal, okay. Let's bring it forward,
All
young
right, so
man.
she's actually, we looked up, she's been here, is she even here?
Yeah,
See him
come
now.
on, come on, Anita, have a seat
So
up
she's
front.
been here, 14 years, which, is a
14
part-time
years there,
officer.
kiddo?
Yeah, which,
Have a seat, Anita.
you would never think that, thinking she's that old, so. Yeah, her current labor grade is 6, which is all part-time officers, and she's a step 11. We would ask to move her to labor grade 7, step 11, which is all we can start a full-time officer at. It's $1.20, $1.29 raise for her. But we figured with going to the full-time thing, that's an appropriate.
Labor grade 7, step 11.
Yep.
No, we don't have to send her to school, and everything, and FTO, it's a win-win
Should be
for
great.
everybody
Same
involved.
thing with equipment as well. She
Yep.
don't need any further equipment or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, you certainly save money with the officer that's out on workman's comp, so we're not spending money there, so, and I would like to skip the July meeting, seeing that I think the first Tuesday in July might be the 4th itself. So, with that said, I think it's, maybe we should entertain a motion.
Yeah, just to make it clear, what we did was, within the union agreement, we posted this job internally.
Correct.
Correct? We haven't posted it externally.
We have not.
Right, but by the union agreement, we have to post it internally first.
First.
If we have anyone who's qualified, and I think Anita is
Yep.
definitely qualified, then that becomes our first preference.
Correct.
So that's why we're moving as quickly as we are, because we had an excellent candidate.
Sure, there was no need to advertise with a
14
union leader
years.
looking for an officer, when
Right.
we have somebody
Already trained.
that fits it, and in my business, I always like to promote from within, and that should be the same thing in any organization, because for people that wanna have the idea that, hey, someday I could be promoted and be full-time, or I could be a lieutenant or whatever. So, do you have any questions for Anita?
No, I'm very familiar with Anita over the years. We've had many discussions.
Yeah.
used to like my dog more than me.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to see her, so why don't we make a motion and make it official?
I will make that motion that we hire Anita Lombardi at, Lombardo?
Lombardo.
Yes,
Great.
excuse me. At a grade 7, step 11 for the full-time officer's position.
Effective June.
Effective,
June 11th.
did we have it?
June
June
11th.
11th?
That's the beginning of a pay period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what, yeah.
June 11th, and I will gladly second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You hired. All right?
Does she have to be sworn in again?
She's already a police officer. I don't think we have to.
Well, she
Unless you
was-
want to have a swearing-in ceremony sometime and bring Phil for the occasion.
Yeah.
Phil and your mother.
Makes me sound really pathetic.
If you want to do
He's
that.
very good at that.
Hey, we can do it. Me, your mother, Phil, and you, and I swear you in front of the flag, if you'd like to do that. Okay? All right. Well, I'm great that you fill that position, Anita.
Yeah, welcome
I'm very
aboard.
happy.
That's great.
So welcome aboard full-time. All right, new business. Dennis, you've got one employee evaluation over there.
Employee evaluation, where did I put it? And this is Officer Christopher Bowley. We've all read the reviews. I find them acceptable. So I will motion that Officer Bowley be granted an increase from his labor grade 7, step 17 to labor grade 7, step 18, in accordance with the salary matrix and based on his satisfactory review.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any public comments? No public comments. I'm gonna move to adjourn. I'm gonna move to adjourn the meeting at 7:24 p.m.
So moved.
Okay?
Can I keep this right?
Yeah.
Just keep the
Okay.
track. Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks for running back for that.
Not public.